another level. You must try to learn and hear something new. So make the change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Testing Results, yeah, with Tony Harris Taylor. Tony Harris Taylor. Testing Results, oh yeah, with Tony Harris Taylor. Yeah, yeah.
Is your current brand and marketing strategy not working? Do you feel stressed, frustrated, or stuck in not getting the exposure or engagement you want? Do you need the help of an experienced and knowledgeable team that can get you the results you desire?
We are Goodall,
Hill,
and Wolod, your creative brand and marketing strategists.
With over 30 years of combined experience, we help your brand to stand out, to attract and engage customers, and grow revenue. Take our free brand and marketing assessment quiz on our site.
We deliver your game plan
Help you to have a healthy mindset about your brand.
and with your winning team to help you deliver results.
We are GHW, GHWmarketingstrategy.com.
Hi, this is Tony Harris Taylor, the networking queen, with another fabulous interview with our book collaborator, Tab Wolod. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, and I am the founder and CEO of Drastic Results Marketing and Sales Coaching, where I help service-based entrepreneurs get known, get connected, and get paid to make six figures and beyond. I also am an award-winning multi-unit franchise owner with Network in Action, where we bring business owners together to connect, collaborate, get more referrals, and build relationships that last a lifetime. Tab happens to be an NIA member, a Drastic Results coaching client, and a sponsor for the Viral Networking Conference. She is drastic and all in, and I am super excited to introduce you to her. So Tab, in your own words, who are you and what do you do?
Yes, thank you, Tony. And it's a pleasure to be here. I am the ideator. I help small business owners to take ideas out of their head and their heart and to organize them and help them to create a path from idea to implementation for any new products, services, events, programs, fundraisers, you name it, working specifically with solopreneurs and anything dealing with social impact, nonprofits and such. So we offer social media management, campaign management, anything that will help to get your product to the market.
You know, I didn't mention you're my social media manager, and I love the work that you do. And you are so timely, and it's beautiful and expressive. And thank you.
Thank you.
So now every business has a story. What's the story behind your business? How did you even get to being an entrepreneur?
Good question. I am one of those, and I think we could kind of relate, just have that entrepreneurial spirit. So I had a long-term career at Verizon for 11 years. I started
long-term, girl, you ain't right. How old?
Listen, right. I started when I was 18, Tony, and that's the thing, right? And so when you think about that at 18, and it's like, well, how long is it going to take to retire, the path to retirement? I would have had to be there for almost 40 years with the time in service to get my benefits. And so along the way, I had various job capacities working mainly in operations, and that kind of set the tone for my project management skills that I use day to day. and helping to manage my clients. So in that 11 years, it was such a back and forth in my mind internally, having that entrepreneurial spirit. I did opened different businesses on the side, was a part of multi-level marketing ventures. And then finally, in 2016, I said, you know what, Tab, you're going to stop complaining about your job and you're going to leave or you're going to stay. But either way, we're not going to keep going into the day saying you hate this job, blah, blah, blah. So Tony, I made the decision, drastic. I said, okay, you're going to quit. And I had no idea what I was going to do. At the time, I was building Wix websites. I'm a Wix partner. And I said, I'll give that a try. You know, I have a little bit of 401k money. You know, I'm 29. I got, everything going. So I thought. And so I tried it, no plan. You could say I failed. I don't want to say I failed miserably, but I learned that money goes quick. All that, 401k money I had stored, and life really hit me without having that cushy job. And so when I started business, it was websites. But then shortly after, I realized that my clients, even though I would build out the design, I would say, okay, what would you like to place where? Where's the about you information? What can we feature on the site? And they wouldn't have any information. So I said, okay, you're going to need some brand development. And at the time, really exploring branding from a holistic perspective like I do now, it wasn't really in my wheelhouse. So I took the time to understand brand ethos, who you are, what you do, whom you serve, and how we can bring that out into the marketplace. So that's kind of how Tab, the ideator, the ideologist, and the idea part came into play. And then I was able to execute with graphics that align, visuals that align, and then messaging that align. So that's pretty much how we got to where we are.
And so now through coaching, you have, so you're the ideator, but you work with people who have brands like me, but need to refine their brand, because the THT logo you see behind me actually is Tab's creation. So I need to say that. And then you also help me with all my offshoots of Networking Queen. And so I really appreciate that. But what we also developed from that is that you help business owners launch their events, launch their books, launch new products and services. And so how did you identify that was needed in the marketplace?
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for that. That word launch, okay, and we just touched on that, and it's still new to my vocabulary because, thank you for asking this question. I'm so used to saying go to market. And I think that's a term I learned at Verizon. It's a term when you're bringing anything to the market, but I think most business owners in this day and age, we say launch. So it became clear to me that, in working with folks like yourself, and Tony, I love working with you, from the start of refining the Tony Harris Taylor brand and becoming the networking queen. That is one piece of it. But then, like you said, the offshoot. So many small business owners have multiple priorities or monthly objectives and things that they want to get out into the world, such as a 3-day intensive coming up here for Tony, show up, be up, follow up, the blow up. The VNC, the Viral Networking Conference or Touring Conference. And when it comes to things like that, it's fun to compartmentalize those initiatives within a brand and then say, okay, what's the strategy now for this offshoot to reach whatever the objective is, right? Usually it's attendance or registration. But yeah, we kind of approach it almost as it's a project within a project.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you have some clarity around that as well, because at first you were like, I'm working with startups, but let's keep it real. Startups usually are not in an invest in themselves mindset. And it's not that they don't have money, really. It's just that they are not there yet. And now that we refine, you are the person to help people get launched their ideas.
Yes.
There it is. I love it.
Thank you, Tony.
So, I know entrepreneurship is not easy.
No.
So I'm going to put these next questions together. Walk us through your entrepreneurial journey, and in that, tell me about some of the biggest challenges you faced.
Good question. So in my journey, so shortly after quitting Verizon, I wrote a book called From Stuck to Bucks, helping people to get unstuck and generate income doing what they love. That was kind of a tester because I had not even, it was more of like a proof of concept. It was something that I had not really achieved, but I had the know-how to do. And I would say in the past, I did make money doing the other entrepreneurial endeavors, but that was the first thing that I set out to do, was like, let me just dump all of my knowledge on the various subject matters of business development. And we're talking about operations, marketing, branding. So I had something special there, but I didn't have the right people. I would say, Tony, I would have loved to have you then in my corner. Now we're here. It's perfect timing. But after that, I was searching. So I drove Lyft. This is 2017, Tony, I know.
Over 2018.
We were right in there, putting a ton of miles on our car, okay, driving it to the ground, meeting some really funny people, but also just hustling to try to figure out, what do I need to do? Am I building websites? At the time, I didn't really consider myself a designer, but I was getting into graphic design through Canva. And that's simply just because I was developing brands. And so in that process, I did end up just taking a job in security. I became a security manager. Started out as a supervisor, and Tony, I went from, Verizon money to, that was good money, to like $11 an hour. And I said, whoa, this is not what you planned on a year ago, right? You plan to be, on your way up. And so I realized in those dark moments, and plus it was dark for me because I worked overnight. So I worked 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift for a while. It was very challenging. I would say in those days, I had to remember my why. Like, why did you leave this cushy job? Now you find yourself in this place, this unfamiliar territory. And what are we going to do to get out of it? And so in those moments, I held on to my vision. I went into a lot of debt. I went into a lot of battles with myself. Who am I now, and how am I showing up? And I really had to kind of, how they say, get it out the mud to really establish myself as a business owner and to say, no, this is my lane. This is what I do. This is how I help people.
Yes. Love that. Thank you for sharing that, and I happen to know that you're coming out of that place, and it's networking and relationships that are getting you moving forward. So I love that. So now, most entrepreneurs, and I know this is true for you, have a desire to leave an impact in the world. What impact do you want to have when people look back on their lives and they think about meeting you? What impact do you want to leave on the world?
I want to say that she inspired me to take a step out on my dreams. I want people to know it's possible, especially Black people or people of color. I am located right now in Maryland. In Baltimore, Maryland is where I do a lot of social impact work, and there is not a lot of access or opportunity, especially for Black Americans here to thrive, to learn how to start a business, to get the resources to do so. And so I see myself being a thought leader in that space, helping, working with business owners to grow their legacy and having, just change the socioeconomic environment. I think the way that we do business in our community is a little bit different. And also I love the NIA community because it's very similar, Network in Action also has allowed me to expand community. So I think with, like you were saying, Tony, through networking and just impacting as many people as possible to help them to live out their legacy by just my expertise or the services that I can provide.
Love that. Love it. So now, who are the coaches and mentors that have helped you achieve your goal, and how important is that to an entrepreneur's success?
Yes, a good question. My first, I would say, mentor would be Sherry Goodall. I would maybe not first mentor, but the first mentor that I was able to catch hold of and to kind of take me there. What do you say, Tony? Hitch onto their wagon. And so Sherry was instrumental in kind of bringing me out of obscurity and into a world where, hey, did you know this is happening? This training is happening. Let me connect you with this person. And so through networking, I met you, and she kept bragging about you, Tony. So you are my first official coach and mentor. And I'm happy to have you in my life, really. So you, both of you also, I would say Sherry is one of those like mentors slash coaches, daily check-ins. Hey, you're doing okay? What can I help you with? Good. Tracking my progress, Tab, holding me accountable. And Tony, similarly, you do the same and in a different capacity, especially for networking. You know, it's like, okay, you need to network more. But then I'm like, but Tony, but what do I say? You're like, okay, you would say this. All right, let's get this on paper. Okay, here's how you can structure your offering. And then Tony, what do I say when I meet people? I remember I had a freak out moment the first time you said network. I'm like, but what do I say? And that was, so you told me, you ask it, put the other person first. How can you help them? What are their ideal clients? And that eases the conversation. So it's helped tremendously, Tony. Honestly, like I'm able to just put people's guard down. I can go into a conversation happy and fun without saying, oh, okay, at what point is the sales pitch on my end? You don't have to worry about that. I
love that you observed it. And why I took you on as a client is because you were coachable. And anything I asked you to do, and it was uncomfortable, drastic for you, you did it. And that's how I knew you would be an excellent client. So I'm just looking forward to what our future brings together. So now, what's the biggest drastic step you've ever taken in business?
I was thinking about this because I want to do something new. And so I have a lot of old things to go off of, but I want to talk about this now. I would say trusting a coach, trusting you, to help guide my business in the right direction. So often as entrepreneurs, everyone is just in our ear. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. Once you get past an initial phase of entrepreneurship where your family and your friends aren't giving you advice, you're in a new phase, and you may have peers, other entrepreneurs that are helping you, but connecting with a coach, Tony, the networking queen, and to trust in you, not totally trusting in you, right? But I mean, like trusting in you enough to give you my business ideas and for you to tell me, okay, step by step. And I believe that's the major step for me, is building that trust. And to believe, for me, that's drastic, that if you say to do something, I'm going to do it. And I know that it's going to work because I've seen it work. You walk the walk. So that's probably the most drastic thing, is trust.
So I'm going to add to that because I know you. I believe your next biggest drastic step is trust and delegating.
Yes, that's next.
Now, you had a call from someone I introduced you to today in South Africa. Yeah. And you got really excited because you got to let go as the CEO. You got to let go of some things. And so excited to see where that next drastic step is going to go, because delegating is tough and you are so talented and creative that I already know, but I think that's your next biggest drastic step, is really building and trusting a team.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
All right. So can you share a time when you had to pivot or adjust your business strategy, and how did you make that decision?
Yes. And so speaking of delegation, I would say between this year, 2023, the month of April and May was a great month. I onboarded a few clients, Tony being one of them, all at the same time, and it was exciting. And Tony, thank you for bearing with me during the process, because there was a lot of moving pieces, a few clients, various initiatives, brand developments, product launches here. And so for me, the pivot was, okay, Tab, you hit capacity. I've never in my life hit capacity to the point where y'all like working 7 days a week, always on, making sure that the work gets done from planning time for strategy, content planning, content creation, send it to the client for review, making adjustments, making sure it's scheduled out on our platforms, reporting, real-time engagement. So with all that, that was a time for me to say, okay, it's time to step back and it's time to revisit what we're doing. And so, like you said, Tony, for me, it starts with, well, I had to outline my processes. So looking at my process flow, where can I save time? What can I automate? What can I delegate? And what do I need to do better? And what do I just need to let go of, period? So yes.
I love it. I love it. And I'm just watching you and watching it unfold. I am really excited about you. So I know you're in the middle of redesigning your business, but what do you think the future, the vision is for the future of your business?
Whoa, good question. Thank you. What I know the future is to really celebrate my clients and the people around me. IEI as an agency, there is a customer focused piece where we are providing services. And then there's this community piece where I want to get the businesses that we work with involved, to spotlight them, to promote them, to raise awareness about their brand, to interview. I told I want something like the Drastic Results Show. We're going to have the IEI show, Idea to Income, over here, because I think the work that we do is just pivotal. And some of the conversations like what we're having now, they're just candid conversations. So you have to capture them. And I have so many of those with business owners. So I just see my business as being an innovation hub, having a full office. Right now I have an office that's a room somewhere, but I want a full building where almost like a Shark Tank situation, and where business owners can come and pitch their ideas, share their visions, and we can help get them on their way. So that's what I'm seeing here.
I'm excited. Now, you said IEI multiple times, but I don't think you slowly said what it stands for. So go ahead and tell us what IEI agency stands for.
Thank you. Ideas equal income. Ideas equal income.
Ideas equal income. I love that. I love it. And so we're at the end of our interview. I have one more question. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs looking to start their own business?
Don't quit your day job.
That part.
That's number one. Don't quit your day job. 2, without a solid plan. And while you have the capital, hopefully that you're setting aside, I'm assuming that you have a day job, but even if you don't, invest in a coach. Sometimes it takes a while to really figure out your footing. But even if you can hop on and get a consultation, Tony, what I love about you is that you are open door. It's like, hey, come on and schedule a call with me. And I think even in our first couple of calls, I was like, oh yeah, this is the one. Tony's the one. So I would say for sure, get with someone that can help you grow your business and to create a plan. And I'm not talking a 30-page business plan. I'm talking about immediate next steps and how you're going to grow your business, become more profitable before you just jump out there.
Well, thank you so much. I didn't ask you to say that, but for me, that is also the answer. You cannot do this on your own. And if you try, you're going to slow your pace and you're going to hit a brick wall. But I'm super excited to have you as part of the Drastic Results Network and Action family. Tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
Yes, thank you, Tony. Everyone feel free to visit my website, www.ieiagency.com. Send us a message. I'm here to check the messages. You can also follow me on IEI Agency or at IEI Agency on Instagram. I'm behind the scenes checking the messages. I have a small team that we're bringing in slowly and surely here, just getting everyone up to speed, but usually be interacting with me. So feel free, stop by, drop us a line and let us know what you would like to see or what you need help with, and we can get on the phone and talk about that.
I love it. And hit that code behind her. Just
scan
your cell phone, scan the code.
And the code.
People have direct contact to Tab. Well, Tab, thank you so much for this opportunity to explore who you are and what you do and sharing your purpose, your people, and now your profitable business. This is Toni Harris Taylor saying thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to helping you take your ideas to income. See you next time. Bye.
The dexterous lifestyle is meant for those of us who live hectic lives. But with the right tools, information, and resources, we can strive for order, peace, health, wealth, and calm. It's not too much to ask. We deserve a dexterous mind, a dexterous body, and plenty of dexterous spaces to support our dexterous lifestyle.
Do you have passion for your business but feel like your finances are falling short? Running a business takes more than a great idea. It takes a solid financial plan. Mitchell Consulting can help you turn your passion into profit with their financial advisory services. Get the financial guidance your business needs. Contact Mitchell Consulting to learn more about their passion to profit capabilities.